Did you know that the average American household has a savings rate of just 3%? That means most people are barely putting away any money for their future. If you're watching this video, though, I'm willing to bet that you're not like most people. You're eager to learn, grow, and make smart investments that will set you up for long-term success. That's why you're here with us at The Wealthy Listener, where we bring you the best insights from the best books. The aim of Housel's book is to use short stories to convince us that soft skills, which are more important than the technical side of money. And that's what we'll be doing in this video. We'll be following 5 different stories, each one illustrating one of the 5 key takeaways from the book. So, get ready to learn 5 powerful takeaways from Psychology of Money that will help you make better financial decisions, improve your investment strategy, and set you on the path to financial freedom. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Takeaway 1. How you behave is more important than what you know. To illustrate this point, let's take a look at the story of one of the greatest investors of all time, Warren Buffett. Despite being a billionaire many times over, Buffett has always lived modestly and frugally, famously still living in the same house he bought in 1958. This might seem surprising for someone with such immense wealth, but it's actually a testament to Buffett's behavioral discipline. In the early days of his career, Buffett learned an important lesson from his mentor, Benjamin Graham. Graham taught Buffett that investing is not just about picking stocks. It's also about having the discipline to stick to a long-term strategy, even in the face of market fluctuations and emotional turbulence. Buffett took this lesson to heart and has applied it throughout his career, famously saying, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." One of the ways that Buffett exhibits behavioral discipline is by avoiding impulsive buying and selling. He famously holds on to stocks for years or even decades, refusing to sell just because the market is down, or because a particular stock has had a bad day. This kind of discipline is difficult to maintain, especially when emotions are running high, but it's essential for long-term investing success. So, what can we learn from Warren Buffett's story? The key takeaway here is that investing is not just about knowledge, it's also about behavior. No matter how much you know about the market, or how sophisticated your investment strategy is, you won't be successful if you don't have the discipline and emotional intelligence to stick to that strategy over the long term. By following Buffett's example and practicing behavioral discipline, you can achieve long-term investment success and build lasting wealth. Takeaway 2. No one is crazy. To illustrate this point, let's take a look at the story of John Paulson, a hedge fund manager who made a fortune by betting against the U.S. housing market in 2007. Paulson's bet paid off big time, earning him a reported $3 billion that year. But in the years that followed, Paulson's performance suffered, and he became known as a one-hit wonder who had gotten lucky once and was unable to repeat his success. Some people might say that Paulson was crazy to take such a big risk in the first place, but the reality is that he was simply willing to take a contrarian view and bet against the prevailing market sentiment. This is a key lesson from the Psychology of Money. It's important to remember that no one is crazy for taking a different view than the rest of the market. In fact, successful investors often have the courage to take a contrarian view and bet against the crowd. They recognize that the market can be irrational and driven by emotions like fear and greed, and they are willing to go against the grain in order to make a profit. Of course, not every contrarian bet will pay off, but by staying true to their own convictions, investors can increase their chances of success over the long term. So, what can we learn from John Paulson's story? The key takeaway is that it's important to maintain an open mind and recognize that there are always different perspectives and opinions. Just because someone is taking a different view than the rest of the market doesn't mean they're crazy. In fact, they may be onto something. By maintaining a contrarian perspective and betting against the crowd when necessary, investors can increase their chances of success and build long-term wealth. Takeaway 3. When is enough enough? The hardest but most important financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. To illustrate this point, let's take a look at the story of Chuck Feeney, a billionaire who co-founded the Duty Free Shoppers Group, a chain of airport retail stores. Despite his immense wealth, Feeney famously lived a frugal lifestyle, wearing a $15 watch and flying coach, among other things. But what's even more remarkable about Feeney is that he has given away nearly his entire fortune, donating over $8 billion to various charitable causes. Feeney's story is a powerful example of the importance of knowing when enough is enough. Despite having access to unimaginable wealth, he recognized that money alone does not bring happiness or fulfillment. Instead, he found meaning and purpose in giving back to others, using his wealth to make a positive impact on the world. This lesson is especially important for investors who can easily become caught up in the pursuit of wealth for its own sake. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of making money, but it's important to remember that there are more important things in life than accumulating wealth. By taking a step back and thinking about what truly matters, investors can make more intentional and meaningful decisions about their money. So, what can we learn from Chuck Feeney's story? The key takeaway here is that knowing when enough is a crucial component of financial success. Money can bring comfort and security, but it's not the only source of happiness or fulfillment. By thinking carefully about what truly matters and using our resources to make a positive impact, we can achieve greater meaning and purpose in our lives, regardless of how much money we have. Takeaway 4. Confounding Compounding. Did you know that $81.5 billion of Warren Buffett's $84.5 billion net worth came after his 65th birthday? To illustrate this point, let's take a look at the story of Richard and Maurice McDonald, who founded the fast food chain McDonald's in the 1940s. Although they were successful business owners, the McDonald brothers missed out on a massive opportunity to grow their wealth through the power of compounding. In the early days of McDonald's, the brothers were approached by a young businessman named Ray Kroc, who was interested in franchising the restaurant. McDonald's agreed to let Kroc take over the franchising operation, but they negotiated a deal that gave them a percentage of the profits from each franchise. However, the brothers made a critical mistake in their negotiations. They agreed to a flat fee of 1.9% of the franchise's gross sales, rather than a percentage of the profits. This meant that as the franchise grew and became more profitable, McDonald's share of the profits stayed the same. In other words, they missed out on the power of compounding, the ability for small gains to snowball over time. Meanwhile, Kroc became a billionaire through the success of McDonald's, thanks in large part to the power of compounding. By reinvesting profits back into the business and continuing to grow the franchise, Kroc was able to turn a small investment into an empire. This story is a powerful reminder of the importance of understanding the power of compounding when it comes to investing. Small gains can add up over time, leading to massive wealth creation. By investing early and consistently, and by reinvesting profits back into the portfolio, investors can take advantage of the power of compounding and build long-term wealth. So what can we learn from the McDonald's story? The key takeaway here is that the power of compounding is a crucial factor in building long-term wealth. Small gains can add up over time, leading to massive wealth creation. But this requires a long-term perspective and a willingness to reinvest profits back into the portfolio. By taking advantage of the power of compounding, investors can build a secure financial future and achieve their long-term goals. Takeaway 5. Getting wealthy is not the same as staying wealthy. To illustrate this point, let's take a look at the story of MC Hammer, the American rapper, an entertainer who rose to fame in the 1980s and 1990s. At the height of his success, Hammer was one of the most successful and highest-paid performers in the music industry, with a net worth estimated at over $30 million. However, despite his immense wealth, Hammer's finances quickly spiraled out of control. He spent lavishly on homes, cars, and other luxury items, and he invested heavily in a range of business ventures that ultimately proved unsuccessful. As a result, he declared bankruptcy in 1996 and was forced to sell many of his assets to pay off his debts. Hammer's story is a cautionary tale about the importance of managing your finances and making smart choices with your money. While it's certainly possible to accumulate wealth through hard work and good fortune, it's equally important to stay disciplined and focused over the long term in order to maintain your financial stability and security. So what can we learn from MC Hammer's story? The key takeaway here is that getting wealthy is not the same as staying wealthy. Accumulating wealth is only one part of the equation. It's equally important to manage your finances responsibly and make smart choices with your money over the long term. By staying disciplined and focused on your financial goals, you can achieve lasting financial success and security, no matter how much money you have. We hope you found these 6 key takeaways from Psychology of Money insightful and inspiring. Remember, financial success is not just about what you know, but also how you behave. By mastering the soft skill of the psychology of money, you can achieve your goals and live a more fulfilling life. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and share it with someone who could benefit from these lessons. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos on personal finance, investing, and self-improvement. Until next time, keep learning, growing, and applying these valuable insights to your own life. Remember, the greatest investment you can ever make is in yourself. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.